Hey guys, this is Vinith Trivedi. I'm working with the Patwa Group as a network engineer. It is a one-stop for small, medium, and large scale of businesses who are designing for a perfect IT solutions. We are select partner of Cisco. So today I'm coming with a Cisco Aeronet 1830, 1850, 1800 series wireless mobility solution, which is a inspire your digital workforce. This is the one of the best product of Cisco. It is the most feasible, less expensive product for small and medium scale of businesses. So let's have a brief knowledge about this product. Cisco has developed an enterprise class access point that support a latest Wi-Fi technology IEEE 802.11 AC view to MU-MIMA, which means a multiple user, multiple input, multiple output feature. Prominently in the 2013 update of 802.11 AC wireless specification, wireless helps to increase a maximum wireless speed. The MIMO concept is a multiple users simultaneously connect to the same channel. 1850 and 1830 series access point has the capability to transform into a virtual controller. So you not need to buy or provision any additional controller. No need to spend more money, because in some medium or large scale of enterprise they don't have 2 or 5 access points to manage, but they need to manage a multiple access points such as a 10, 20 or 25 access points which are located at different locations. So it is hard to manage each and every access point individually, but it is a very crucial job for them. That is why the controller based access point concept was introduced. One controller can manage your all the access point from a single location, but with this 1800 series it has the capability to act as a standalone access point as well as transforming them itself into a controller. So now there is no need to buy a separate dedicated controller for managing the access points. And the main thing is licensing. In many controllers or in many switches that we want to use as a wireless controller, so we have to install a licenses like mobility license, AP count licenses, these all are end user license agreements. So in this series of access points, these all licenses are bundled with it, so there is a no need to purchase any extra license and there is a no extra cost of it. And the best thing about this product is it is compatible with a vast range of controller based access point series, which are Cisco Aeronet 700i series, 700W series, 1600 series, 1700 series, 2600 series, 2700 series, 3500 series, 3600 series and 3700 series. It has a 1.7 Gbps transmission rate. 200 plus clients can be associated per radio. Total 25 access point can be managed by this series of access point. Yes, it comes with a 2.4 and 5 GHz dual band radio. Nowadays, many client wireless devices can support a 5 GHz because the 5 GHz has many non-overlapping channels are there. There is no chances of interference in 5 GHz or lesser chances of interference in 5 GHz. It also has a backward compatibility. If you have a client device with 802.11 BG and N standard, so these all standards can easily associate with this series of access points. So guys, let's take a look on the configuration of Cisco Aeronet 1850 series Mobility Express configuration. We can boot this access point by 3 ways. First, we can use a DC power adapter. Another way is we can use a PoE injector, or we can use a PoE switch. After booting up after few minutes later, this access point will broadcast a Cisco Air Provision SSID, which has a default password, is password in lowercase. Uh, After inserting the password, the system will get the IP address from the subnet 192.168.1.x. You will not get a 1.1 IP address. It is the default IP address for this access point. Then you have to go to the compatible web browser, then type into the URL http colon / it will be a / 192.168.1.1. It will redirect you to the initial configuration wizard. In initial configuration wizard, first of all we have to mention the username, password, and we have to confirm the password. We can enter a username up to maximum 24 characters, as well as we can set the password up to 24 characters. There is a predefined rule of password. The password must contain the character from at least the following classes: lowercase letter, uppercase letter, digits, special character. We have to set the combination of these classes. No character in the password can be repeated more than 3 times consecutively. The new password must not be same as associated username and username results. For an example, if you set the username admin, then you cannot set password as admin, or you cannot set password as Cisco, reverse of Cisco, Cisco in capital C. So the next step is system name. It is a user defined value. You can give any name to the system name. Country, you have to select the appropriate country from the drop down list. Date and time will automatically fetch from the system by using the JavaScript. Time zone, we have to select the appropriate time zone. If we have an internal provision NTP server, so we just have to give a IP address of NTP server, and it will automatically synchronize with the NTP server. Management IP address is with the using of the IP address you are going to access this access point, or it would be IP address from your management subnet. Subnet mask is depending on your network requirement. If you have a /24-bit network, then your subnet mask would be 255.255.255.0. If you have a /25, then your subnet mask would be 255.255.255.128. Default gateway would be your last hope IP address. It would be your router, or it would be your firewall inside interface IP address. Here we can separate a two network. One is for employee, one is for guest. So we have to separate this network in a particular scenario, like when some outside users coming into the premises and they want to access the some internal resources, or they require internet access. In that case, we have to separate the employee network, and we can separate a guest network. In security, choose the security type from the drop down list. Either we can choose a WPA to personal, which uses a pre-shared key for the authentication, or we can select a WPA to enterprise, which is required when we are going for the external authentication like Radius and Takas, where we are going to authenticate our user with the external authentication server. We have to enter the passphrase for WPA personal security, then the confirm the passphrase. If we are going for the external authentication, then we have to mention the IP address of our Radius server, shared secret. If you have a WPA to enterprise, specify the set secret for the Radius server. The set secret would be matched on the both side, server side as well as access point side. VLAN, either you can put the employee into a management VLAN or you can create a new VLAN. We have to set a VLAN identifier if we are going to create a new VLAN. In the case network, if we created a case network, then same way we have to enable the case network. We can select a two kind of security, web consent and WPA personal 2. In WPA personal 2, we can set a passphrase. It will prompt while any user are selecting a case network, it will prompt it for the passphrase. In web consent, it is a web authentication. User can connect with the SSID without prompting a password. It will prompt it like a captive portal kind of thing when the user are going to access the outside resources, like he is going to the internet, or it will going to access the internal resources which the network administrator has specified. As well as we can create a guest VLAN. We can create a new guest VLAN with the VLAN identifier. And the last advanced setting tab is RF parameter optimization. That is depending on the client density and the traffic type. If we have a traffic which contains only data transmission, then we can select a traffic type is data. If we have a VoIP phones which require a QoS or which require a best effort policies, then we can select a data invoice from the drop down list as per the traffic type. And the last step is it will describe the summary in front of us, and then we should apply and save the configuration and reboot the access point. After the rebooting the access point, it will become a wireless controller, or we can say the master access point, and all the other controller based access point can send a join request to this controller and adopted by this master access point. Thanks guys for watching the video. If you like the video, please hit on the like button just outside the video frame.